Hello, so today we'll be talking about everyone's favorite league term. It's the term we're talking about, if you haven't already guessed it by the title of the video, it's going to be tilting. Now, I'm going to try to make this video short and sweet and straight to the point. Tilting is whenever you're frustrated about something that's going on during a game or previous games that have just kind of built up over and over and over amount of time, and you're now at the point where you're actually kind of frustrated and you're going to start making these mistakes that you would not normally make whenever you're playing at your normal level or your highest level. So this can mean like, not warding bushes, going in whenever your team's not around, not looking at the map, just et cetera, right? And maybe not playing mechanically to your level that you're used to, and this will cause you to get even more frustrated because you know you're frustrated, and you can't really seem to kick the frustration out and play to your top level. So, anyways, I'm gonna give you some tips here about trying to break the tilt and how to spot tilting players, how to not tilt yourself, how to stop it from even happening in the first place, and how to help your teammates if they're tilting, and how to get them kind of out of the tilt and help them as you would want to be helped if you were tilting, and also how to make the enemy players be frustrated and get tilted and possibly AFK. The first thing is breaking your tilt. Now, you may not know that you're kind of tilted, and you may just go, maybe go check your match history on League, and you look and you've lost maybe 4 out of your last 5 games, and you're like, wow, I'm kind of angry right now. I'm kind of mad. This is not me. This is not normally me. I don't usually lose this many games in a row. What's up? So as I've said before, you're probably losing, maybe doing not warding right, maybe going in, blah blah, doing these common mistakes that a player would make, and maybe lower elo or even a true elo, but that's not you, right? So a common way to get out of this is to just take a chill, maybe go to a Smurf, play it out a little bit, go to a lower tier Smurf and just play really well there, and that way you get your confidence back up. You can kind of take your anger out on that game and really stomp those kids into the dirt. And another way you can also do it is to go play another game, like let's say you like Hearthstone a lot, so you go play Hearthstone ranked or whatever you're playing, right? You can go play, Skyrim or Fallout 4. Just take a little bit of chill, take a break, and let that frustration die down. That way, next time you play League, you'll be refreshed and wanting to win some ranked games. And another way to do this is to maybe go outside, do something, maybe work out or go ride a bike. I don't, whatever you have to do outside, kind of relieve some frustration. Anything that does relieve frustration will be the best thing for you to do. Just gaming or whatever is the common way to do it. Now, if you want to play, if you don't have a Smurf, you can also play normals, or maybe an ARAM or 2, or 3 or 4, depending on how mad and frustrated you are. You can play with your buds. That's also a very fun way, and it's going to make you have some fun in League. Just as you'd be playing on your Smurf, you'd have some fun on that because it's your Smurf. It's not going to be as high of rank, so you'll have fun dumpstering those kids. Now, another thing you can do is, or actually, we'll talk about how to spot tilting players like on your team. Now, you'll see one part in this video here, you'll see where the brand, well actually the Jace does it first. He's like, this Yasuo doesn't know what he's doing. I am going bottom lane, and I'm pushing this out into oblivion because I'm playing top lane, but I'm playing bottom lane now. So he does that, and we end up fighting. I think we end up losing the fight because of it. And I had this Jace actually in my last game, and he kind of did the same thing. He was very tilted. I actually did really well that game for him, and we carried him, and I camped his lane, helped him out. But he still kind of seemed to be tilted. So I just told everyone to mute him. At one point I was like, just mute him. And the brand ends up doing the same thing. He ends up getting very toxic and tries to surrender, I think, 2 to 3 times. And I tell the whole team, I was like, if you haven't muted Brand already, go ahead and do it. It's just going to waste your time. You're going to have a very negative experience. And whenever you are in a game that can be very close, down to the wire, it's not, it's anyone's game at this point, like, you got 2 or 3 inhibs down, and so did D, like a backdoor could end the game, that kind of stuff, and someone is like that, it will make a very negative experience for your team, and it can even cause other players to tilt, because it's kind of like, it's verbal abuse is basically what it is. I don't know, it's a mild form of verbal abuse at that point, because they're just trying to be toxic. And the best way to handle this situation is if he's being toxic in chat, as long as he's not trolling, you can obviously just mute him. That is your best approach, is just to mute him. And if you see your teammates are actually replying to him and they're trying to talk to him, if he keeps going along with it for a good amount of time and they keep going back and forth, just tell him to mute him. Just say, hey guys, just the best thing you can do here is just mute him. He's not doing anything constructive for the team, and so you mute him and you go about your business. I cannot tell you how many times I've actually had to mute a player and then go up to end that game, or going on to win that game and end it, obviously, and us actually win, and then people are like, wow, that guy wasn't stop talking. I felt like I was not as frustrated whenever I was listening to him, or I guess watching him type stuff in chat. Now, there's a way to tilt enemy players, and this way is especially works good if you're playing jungle or mid, and even top lane can work too, since the TP nerfs in that patch. I think it was 5 point something or whatever, right? So you can just camp the hell out of them and make them play very bad, or if you're good enough to outplay them mechanically a few times, they'll eventually just buckle down and be like, this sucks, blah blah blah. I'm playing very very bad. Um, if you're playing an early game jungle like Lee Sin, you can camp the hell out of somebody, and eventually they'll start making a lot of mistakes, and they'll eventually either they'll want to end up quitting, or they'll feel like quitting, and they'll start doing the flaming to their team. And basically what I mean by that is they'll do the thing where I told you guys where you should mute him. That'll be the enemy team's member that you're camping. And so yeah, that's basically how to tilt enemy players. That's a good way. And that can also gain you lots of LP, because if he DCs, especially if it's bronze, silver, even low gold, a lot of players will just DC. They think the game's already over, and they'll DC, and that'll be it. And then you've got a free win on your hands. It's free LP, easy game, easy life, straight to diamond, blah blah blah. Just kidding, probably not. But anyways, so one last points I want to make here is the easiest way to not tilt, as in you're playing games, whatever, and you start noticing your mistakes, is to go back and use plays.tv. That's the one I use, so I'm actually using to record this gameplay right here with. You can go back and watch your own games. Now, if you see you lost 3 in a row or something like that, you maybe get something to eat, get a drink, sit down and watch your last few games, and see what you've been doing wrong. Maybe go play normals or something like that, chill out for just a little bit, and go back into the rank thing again, and you should be good to go. It's all about building up frustration against your teammates or the enemy team, especially the enemy team, and it'll end up causing you a lot of LP. It'll even, like what happened to me, this is actually a game after I decided to learn how to stop tilting myself, and this is one of my first games after I think it was an 8-game loss streak. I actually broke my MMR after this game, or before this game, and I was losing I think it was 21 a game, and I was only gaining 16. So I had a very, very weird win-loss because of all the tilting I was doing. I'd lost like 8 games in a row. I was definitely not playing to my top abilities. Now, the gameplay you're seeing here is a game that we almost threw, and this game actually reminded me why I wanted to make this video, and how easy it was to be tilted and spot other players tilting what you knew what to do. This game was almost thrown multiple times. I'd say probably on the verge of 6 different times, and we eventually came back and won. But I was pretty glad there at the end, because if I'd lost that game, I'd have probably been tilted again. Honestly, because I was pretty mad that it even lasted that long, because this game should have been over at 20 minutes, but as you'll see, some things happened. We know we didn't group up, blah blah blah, and here we are at 40 minutes into the game, and we're still playing. Now I may end up going ahead and cutting this video down, and to make it shorter, we do, like I said, end up winning this game, so there I just spoiled it for you, blah blah blah, if you just want to watch the gameplay. And yeah, that's about it, you guys. But as far as the tilting thing, you just need to make sure that you don't tilt yourself. You need to recognize when you're tilting. When you're getting frustrated at the enemy team or your team, you just need to take a chill. Just remember that most games are always winnable. You just gotta play it right and play it safe, and you can end up winning most of your games. And you need to, like I said, if you notice you're tilting quite a bit, like every other few days, you need to get like plays.tv, get something to record your games with. That way, once you've seen that you lost a few games, you're getting very frustrated, you can go back and watch your games. Watch it over some food or something like that, or drink something over it, and just sit there and watch it and recognize your mistakes. You can fix them, go into your next ranked game, harder and stronger. That way you can get the LP and get to the elo you desire. now that's it, and I'll be out of here. See you guys.
Virtue is no more than a luxury. Just looking for a real hunter.
Hey, so I did not say this in the original before I cut off there, or I signed off, but I will say it now. People that are tilting on your team, the best thing you do for them is give them compliments and help them out as best you can. Do not flame them. Do not troll them or anything. Try to be as kind and caring as you can to them. That way they can feel better about their gameplay and you know that everything's going to be okay. And you will have a better shot at winning games, especially if you're on the team. And maybe if you queue up for them next game, then you'll be able to win your game next game with them on your team, even though you can kind of save them from being tilted and ruining your LP. As you see here, I'm pretty sure I don't flame this Jace, but no one else on the team really flames him until there's one point in the game that I think the brand starts flaming him, and then that's whenever I tell the brand to be muted or everyone to mute the brand. But yeah, that's all that needs to be said. But I'll sign off here for good. See you guys.